presence, full awareness to our own being. And this is how the song goes. If you know this song, please sing with us. If you don't know it, we hope that by the end of this session, you will know. It's a very easy and simple song. Let us take some in breaths and out breaths. And listen to 3 sounds of the bell before we sing this song. Come and sit by my side if you're lonely. Close your eyes, drink some tea together. Breathing in, breathing out, smile and calm. You will feel that the life is so true. Come and sit by my side when you're tired. Close your eyes, put your hand on your heart. Breathing in, breathing out, smile and calm. You will feel that the life is so true. Come and sit by my side if you're crying. Close your eyes, put your hand on the earth. Breathing in, breathing out, smile and calm. You will feel that the life is happy. Good morning, dear respected Thầy, dear beloved community. My name is Sister Bội Nghiem, and my pronouns are she and her. Today is Saturday, March 23rd, in the year 2024. I wish I can be closer to the screen so I can see your face. I'm nearsighted, so I cannot see far. But I can see small boxes on the screen. Just want to let you know that I see you, even though it's a bit blurry. Can you all wave at me? Yes, I can see you waving. Thank you. It is a great joy for me to facilitate this activity. To me, it is the easiest activity to facilitate, and it's my favorite hobby to do whenever I have free time. Before I go into details about writing this love letter, I want to share that March is a very special and spiritual month. Do you know why? First, on March 8th is International Women's Day. If you're a woman, flowers for yourself. And men, you can also give flowers to the women. Yeah. To celebrate their bravery, their strength, their courage, their love, their compassion, and their indestructible capacity to heal themselves. And also, March is special because on March 10th, Muslims all over the world celebrate Ramadan. So we know that at this moment, friends, Muslim friends in so many different countries are celebrating Ramadan, and they fast from dawn to sunset. And this is a very deep and healing practice for our friends who practice in Islam. So thank you so much for your practice. It is also a spiritual month because on March 31st, Christians all over the world celebrate Easter. We know that in us, we have the capacity to love and to heal. So Easter is a way for us to remind ourselves that capacity. Good Friday, every day is a Good Friday. Can we make that? Can we do that? Can we make every moment as a Good Friday moment? If you think you can do it, can you thumbs up? Yeah, it's a practice. Every day can be a Good Friday. And of course, this mindfulness online retreat is a spiritual time that more than 300 people come together to cultivate mindfulness, healing, and compassion. At the same time, it can be a very difficult month for some of us. I know for myself personally, it's a difficult month because it's a month that my mom passed away. So every year in March, that sadness, that grief come naturally and very easy for me to shed tears. So I just want to acknowledge that and let those of you who have loved ones that pass away in the month of March, we understand your feeling. We care for your healing, and that is why we are here for you. I remember when I was 16, the first time I fell in love. Who here fell in love at the age of 16? Can you raise your hand? Yeah. Any monastic? Yes, I see one monastic raising his hand. And I remember writing in my journal, in every page of my journal, I mentioned my boyfriend's name. Because I thought of him so often during the day, even at night. I thought of him like 24/7, and I thought that if I didn't think of my boyfriend, I was not being faithful. Right, I was very naive. So I made myself to think of him so often during the day, or maybe love hormone was secreting, so I thought of him a lot. And so every page in my journal, I wrote down his name. I wrote down the memories we shared. I wrote down the times I was mad at him or he was mad at me. And I did that for a year and 2 months. That's how long the relationship was. And then when I became a nun, I learned to write love letter to myself. I learned to mention my name in my journal. I learned to write down the memories I have with myself. And I learned to mention the times that I was there to comfort myself. It was just through being this spiritual practice that I learned to write love letter to myself. And perhaps many of you thought that today's session, you will write a love letter to someone else, but no. Today, we will write love letter to ourselves. May I ask, how many of us here have written love letter to yourself? Can you raise your hand? I see about 6 hands, 7 hands in this meditation hall, and I see some hands also on the screen. But majority of us, we did not raise our hands. And if I ask you, how many of you have written love letters to someone else? Can you raise your hand? See, I knew it. More people would raise their hands. So this is why I want for us to do something differently. I want to do something that most of us haven't done, and that is to write love letters to yourself. And why do we do this? We do this so that we can water wholesome seeds inside of us. Our thinking is very powerful. Our thinking perhaps is the main source of what we plant in our mind. If our thinking is negative, the flower in us will wither. If our thinking is wholesome, positive, and beautiful, then that flower will remain fresh, beautiful for ourselves and for those we love. And why do we write love letter to ourselves? It is because we deserve it. We deserve our own love. If we don't deserve our own love, then who deserves our own love? Why is it so easy to love someone else, to be kind to a stranger on the street? And yet, with someone we are with 24/7 for the past 30 years of our life, 40, 80 years of our life, we can't love. We have difficulty in loving that person. Now, answer my question, please. Who was there with you when you first came out to this world? Who was there with you when you went to school for the first time? Who was there with you when you fell in love for the first time in your life? Who was there with you when you experienced your first heartbreak or your last heartbreak? And who will be there with you when you lay in the coffin? You. Just you. And if we don't love this you, if we don't love this me right now and right here, then who? Who? And so, how are we going to write this love letter? I'm aware that this practice can be easy for some of us and can be difficult for some of us. Because we know that loving ourselves is very difficult at times, especially when we only remember the bitterness that we show, the coldness that we express, the anger that we experienced, or the unloving words that we said. But are we more than just those negative thoughts, words, and action? When we think about ourselves, what usually come up? Is it only the negative things about ourselves? Today's writing love letter, I want to invite all of us to let that critical mind, that negative thoughts inside of us, to rest. Invite them to go to sleep. Tell them to go outside for a walk. Invite them to go play ping pong, basketball, baseball, soccer. Just invite them to go outside and play. And right in this moment, we invite our compassion, our mindfulness, our care to be present. And don't think that when we do this, we are not taking care of our sadness, our loneliness, or our fear. We start writing this love letter by choosing an adjective word with the same letter of your first name, and this adjective really describes you. For example, if your name is Brother Mindin, he's falling asleep, that's why I call his name. I'm just kidding. If your name is Brother Mindin and it starts with M, you can say, Dear Magnificent Mindin, right? Or if your name is Amelia, you can say, Dear Amicable Amelia. If your name is Sister Tuyet Nghiem, I'm going to mention the monastics' names when I know they're not looking at me. Dear Sister Terrific Tuyet Nghiem. Okay, so find an adjective with the same letter of your first name that really describes you. If your name is Nancy, please do not start, Dear Negative Nancy. That is not going to work in this session. If your name is Hen, you can start with, Dear Healing Hen. So that positive adjective really set the tone for this exercise. And also, the first sentence of your letter. If I were to write right now, this is what I would say. Dear Sister Beautiful Boy Nghiem, my monastic siblings are coughing because they don't believe that word describes me. But it doesn't matter what they believe. I know I'm beautiful, right? Beautiful here is not just this face, but it's the qualities that we have inside our heart. So dear Sister Beautiful Boy Nghiem, I just want to say that at this moment, you are sitting here in front of dear friends and monastic siblings, and you have peace in your heart. And I'm so proud of you for that. You're not nervous. You're not shy. You are just you. You're natural. So thank you for that. So we can start with expressing gratitude to ourselves for how we are right now. If we are anxious, we can say, Dear Sister Boy Nghiem, I know you are anxious and I'm here for you. Breathe with me. So it's a letter of healing. It's a letter of comfort. It's not judging or criticizing. And when we write this letter, we write it to our present self, not to our past self or our future self, but our present self. If you have gray hair, you can say, I'm so happy I have gray hair. I've been waiting all these years to have gray hair. You know? Celebrate our old age. Celebrate our youth. Celebrate the fact that we are alive. Even if we have gray hair, even if we don't have hair, to celebrate. Because this letter is a letter of healing. So there are different ways that we can do this exercise. You can use your computer and type. Imagine this is a creative writing class. You don't need to think what you will write ahead. Just write non-stop. Just write non-stop, but produce wholesome thoughts, kind thoughts. If it's difficult for you to write a love letter because of how you see your personality, your characteristics, then you can choose a part of your body and write love letter to that. Like your eyes, my precious eyes, your 2 feet. Choose something that you have, you care deeply, you love deeply, and you write love letter to that. It is not a love letter where we write when we have difficulty relationship. We can reserve that for later, but this time is to write love letter with something that we know that we have a good relationship with. You can have pen and paper and write. If you have difficulties writing or typing, you can record your own voice. You can exit this Zoom call and create your own Zoom call. Have a Zoom call with yourself in this session. Look at yourself on the screen. Smile to yourself on Zoom. I've done this a few times, and it's very, very healing. There's nothing wrong with having a Zoom call with yourself. Upload that in the cloud, because a cloud never dies. Once you upload it in the cloud, it will never die. It's there permanently, even though life is permanent. Well, also, you can create your own podcast. This can be your first podcast. We spend a lot of time listening to other people's podcasts. Create your own podcasts. This is not to increase our ego. This is to water good seeds inside, because our ancestors have passed down to us many positive seeds. Healing, compassion. And no one has to write this letter. You keep it for yourself. And anytime a negative thought about yourself come up, smile to it and just continue to write. You are the writer. You are the director, the producer, the reader, the actor. Please be kind to yourself. Include memories you have with yourself in this letter. Express yourself for wiping your own tears, for drinking water. Express yourself to go urinate when your bladder tells you to do so. Express yourself for the times that you wake up in the morning and get out of bed. It's a letter of love, of gratitude, of healing. So I will end here so we can start. And we have about perhaps 30 to 45 minutes to write. Take your time. You can leave your camera on or leave it off, up to you. And when you hear a sound of the bell, it's to signify that you have 2 more minutes to finish your letter. Let us listen to one sound of the bell before we start. I just want to read a short part of the love letter I wrote to myself on December 19th so that you could have some idea. Dear Sister, beautiful Nghiem, I want to grow old and create countless memorable memories with you because I love you. Has there been a time when I'm tired of you? Not that I remember. When was the last time I lose confidence in you? I actually don't remember. For many times, you invited me to be present and savor this precious moment. Like right now, you have never gave rise to the thought of hating or abandoning me because of my weaknesses or mistakes. This is really the act of true love. Is it because you are oblivious? No. It is because you believe mistakes are made for learning and for better change, not for punishment. So, dear friends, may you be peaceful and happy while writing love letter to yourself. Thank you. I will also write love letter to myself as I sit here with all of you. Thank you. Yes, please, we will come back here in about 40 minutes. And we know that the monastics, you have breakfast, so you are welcome to leave the meditation hall for breakfast. With our friends who can stay a bit longer, for at least 40 minutes, please feel free. If you need to leave early, it's also okay. Thank you.
Rồi, chị nói.
Testing, testing. So, dear friends, we have about 5 more minutes. And we can start to write the last few sentences in our letter. Thank you. When we hear the bell, it is an indication that the session is ended. Dear friends, thank you so much for practicing with us. I hope that it was healing and peaceful for you. Now I'd like to take just a few moments to invite one or two friends to share your experience. If you may raise your hand and the tag team will spotlight you. How did you feel? What was your body like when you write this letter? Tag team, could you help to remove
I've got it.
It's the tab of our lay friends is blocking our friend's face. So I like to see our friend's face. Thank you so much.
Can you see me now? And can you hear me?
We haven't heard from you yet, so
Okay, I am
please give us a
speaking.
minute.
Okay, no problem.
Please allow me to walk down so I could see your face closer.
Okay.
Yes, I see you now. Please
Okay.
share.
Can you hear me okay? Can you I'm not sure if you can hear me. I'm speaking, but I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, we hear you well.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. Okay, so this was amazing. I have written love letters to myself before, but this is my first Plum Village tradition experience, and it has been so amazing to realize how much this tradition resonates with me. And the act of writing this down, this love letter, it was so nice to be able to acknowledge the beauty inside of me and to call it out and to remind myself maybe sometime in the future when I have a difficult emotion or I'm getting caught up in a story, to remind myself of this. And yeah, so it's amazing. And what's interesting is, as you were saying, the end of this time, I could feel myself clinging to not wanting this to end, to wanting to keep writing. But this is the practice of equanimity. And I was like, okay, it's okay. I can finish writing. I can stop. And it can be a beautiful experience for what it is. So thank you. This has been such a gift.
Thank you, dear Erika, for sharing. And it seems like we have many friends who raise their hands. If possible, please let me invite you, because it would be nice to hear friends from different experience. And so I'd like to invite Thu Hương, if you could share with us your experience.
Dear Thai, this is the boy Nghiem and everyone. Oh, thank you for this practice. I didn't know I would respond to it and leave my critical mind on the side. But I want to share, for example, it's been a long time. I don't have a job, and sometimes I beat myself up with this. But I wrote, may you see your inability for now to work and make money, but also see your ability to feel, be alive, and share the practice with others. I also wrote something about that. May you see you don't have a prestigious job anymore, but now you have a precious path for life. So everything I have a hard time with about myself, I could see, yes, there is this, but there is also that. So I could come to peace with myself with many things. Thank you very much.
Thank you for sharing. Xin cảm ơn. I'd like to invite Rodney.
Bowing in. I am grateful for this practice, and I would like to read something. Dear Radiant Rodney, I'm glad that I am back home with you. It brings joy to my heart. I miss sharing this joy with you. Together we can start anew and live at home in our body and mind. Our true home. I vow to help remind you when you drift again, to bring back this joy and happiness that radiates within you. I enjoyed coming home this week. It has renewed my faith and hope for me in my later years, something that I will hope you can come to peace with. I saw how I got lost in the past and how I needed to make money to support my cost of living. It is why I am alone. At this moment, I see that I came here for me. I can be a better friend, father, and grandfather as long as I maintain my home and joyfulness. I am proud of you, Rodney. You are letting go of your addictions and seeing how they took you away from me. I am proud of you, Rod, that you are taking care of your body and mind with eating and exercise. I am proud of you, Rodney, that you came back to meditation with joy instead of just sitting and breathing and getting carried away in thought. It is okay to sit with yourself and be fidgety, bouncing, and anxious. We can look at it with a clearer mind and some joy. It is me. There's no one else. Don't let this make you sad. Thank you for letting me
Thank
share.
you, Radiant Rodney, for your beautiful and lovely letter. And because of the time limit, we would like to invite one last person. And perhaps you can share this experience in your Dharma sharing family. So now we'd like to invite Valerie.
Yes, can you hear me okay? So, this, I'm sorry, can you hear me okay? So this was a really amazing experience for me. I don't really think, I'm not very nice to myself, and I don't have a lot of confidence, and I don't often think positive things about myself, because I believe so much of the negative things that others have said. And in my letter, I wanted to remind myself that people also say positive things about me. So why don't I believe those? And then I went on to tell myself all the positive things that I see in myself that I didn't even know I saw in myself until I wrote this letter. I chose vibrant for my adjective. And it is because I am vibrant. I color my hair, and you can see, I color my hair in joyful ways, and I wear bright clothing, and I walk around the house singing songs, whatever I think. I just, I'm feeding the cats, and you guys are so sweet, and I just sing song, and I am vibrant. And I told myself in my letter that, even though I feel sadness, I put joyfulness out into the world, and I believe other people can see that. So I would like me to see that more often. So this was an incredibly healing, uplifting exercise that I've never done before or never thought to do, and I'm really very grateful for it.
Thank you so much. And is it possible that I can invite one last person who did not raise their hand to share? If I call on your name, will you say yes? Please don't be mad at me, okay? If I call your name. And it's, of course, it's okay if you say no too. I totally support. Because we know that speaking in public can be quite fearful. I sent a text to Christine Holmes. I wonder if you'll receive it. Would you like to share something, Christine Holmes? Let me spotlight. First of all, you okay to share? So let me add spotlight to you. There you go. Yes, please.
Yeah, I found this experience. I've never written a love letter to myself, definitely have written them to other people, but I found it very moving. I chose kind-hearted Kristen, and yeah, I'm just very grateful for this experience, and just kind of acknowledging my sensitivity at times is a good thing, and so I'm just very grateful for this experience. Yeah, and we'll definitely keep this practice moving forward.
Thank you, Christine. And I totally agree with what Christine shared, that we can definitely keep this practice in our heart. So, dear friends, today is the first day for many of us to write love letters to ourselves, but please don't make it the last day. There are things that happen in life. It happened one time and we never want it to happen again. In Vietnamese, it's called lần đầu cũng như lần cuối. The first time as it is the last time. But I think writing love letter, we can make it the first time and many more times to come. Because we all have seen the healing, the happiness, and the joy that took place, right? So do this regularly. This file will be uploaded on the replay page, and you may listen to it again. Write this letter when you're in the park, in a beautiful place, when we are alone, late at night, moments when you're unable to sleep. Write it. And next time when you listen to love song or inspirational songs like Alicia Keys, this girl is on fire. Woo! Think of yourself. Or her Lifeline song, her new song. Have you heard her new song, Lifeline? It's so good. Think of yourself. Or a song by For all those times you stood by me, for all the truth that you made me see, for all the joy you brought to my life, for all the wrong that you made right, because you love me. You here is you, me here is me, is we. It is this one person. Before when I was in love, every time I listened to a love song, I thought of my boyfriend. But now I'm a nun. When I if I accidentally hear a love song, accidentally, not looking for it, I would think about myself. I would think about myself, not another person. There are many wonderful love songs out there. But why is it that we only think about another person and not ourselves? When my previous boyfriend, not that I have a current one, I don't. As a nun, we live a celibate life and not involved in romantic relationship. Huh? Look at the camera. Sorry, thank you. Yeah, so in the past, my first boyfriend gave me a CD. It contains all the love songs that he would think of me. And there was this song. It's a Chinese song, but with English words. And I would think about him all the time whenever I heard this song. And 3 years ago at Magnolia Grove Monastery, I walked from the dining hall. I walked from the sister's residence to the dining hall on a beautiful day, and this song came up, and I just thought of myself. And the song goes like this. And I also want you to think of yourself when I sing this song. Feel the love in your bone, in every cell of your body. And this is how it goes. This is the time I want to say I love you. This is the love I want that lasts forever. This is the time to say my love is here to stay. I want forever and ever. You'll be mine. This is the time I want to say I love you. This is the love I want that lasts forever. This is the time to say my love is here to stay. I want forever and ever. You be mine. So, dear friends, please love yourself because you deserve it. And I know you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. This nun is on fire. Are you on fire? Yes. So, thank you for joining me this morning. Thank you for your practice. We will meet here in 1 hour for beginning new presentation by Sister Spirit. And let us listen to one sound of the bell. Thank you, dear friends. See you later.